it's Amanda here, and I am so thrilled about today's video because we're talking about a new collection from one of my all-time favorite brands. It's Oden's Eye. You already know that. You already knew that from the title. You already know that from when I did a collaboration with them. I love Oden's Eye formulas. I love their packaging. I love their concepts. And today we're getting an extension of one of my all-time favorite collections that they've ever done, which is, I know I'm going to say it wrong. I know. I can't speak Swedish. I'm so sorry. Solmane 2. I know that's not the way you pronounce it. But I promise you, if English is not your first language and you mispronounce something, I promise I won't give you a hard time about it. So let's just move on. This is the Moon Wish palette. It's the same layout as the original Solmane palette that came out. We're also getting some more of the blushes and highlighters. These are 3 new shades of each. We have the Sunlight Love blushers and the Moonlight Feel highlighters. I didn't get a specific price list with this PR package, but I'm assuming these are going to be around the same price as the previous collection with the same types of products. The old ones are completely sold out. They're not on the site anymore, but I believe they were just under the $21 mark. And the old palette, the old Solmane palette, this one, which I do have a full video on this collection as well, loved it. So this one was priced at $32.90. So I'm assuming that the Moonwish palette will be the same price since these are same size, same style of packaging, just different shades. I do have an affiliate code with Oden's Eye. It's just my first name, Amanda, and that will save you 10% on pretty much everything on the site. So if you decide to pick any of these pieces up, definitely appreciate anybody who decides to support the channel by using my code. It really means a lot to me. I know you probably hear a lot of people online saying that, and it's true. We appreciate it. It really helps us out. It lets the brands know that we are being helpful and providing useful content for you. So if you want to save a couple bucks, if you decide to purchase anything, aside from the collaborations, you cannot use codes on the collaborations, but anything else, you can just use code Amanda and that will save you just a little bit of moolah on your purchase. Now, I have a lot of info to get into with this collection. I want to show you close-ups of everything. I've got a whole bunch of different types of swatches. I also have an application demo, so I want you to be able to see everything in action, get a really good look at everything, let you gather up all the info and decide if any of these things are right for you. Let's start with some close-ups and swatches of the cheek products, and of course, I'm going to give you all the info and all my thoughts along the way. First thing we're going to look at are these blushes. There are 3 new shades. I believe the old compacts are going to be discontinued. When I went to look at the website for the purpose of researching for this video, they were completely gone off of the site altogether, not just marked as sold out anymore. So maybe they're just revamping the listings. I don't know, but it looks like these new shades are replacing the old ones. This first matte blush is called Pink Bloom. This is a beautiful dusty rose shade. It looks almost nude on me when I swatch it. You can see some live swatches here. This is my personal favorite shade of the bunch. It's just the one that I'm the most drawn to and the one that fits my style the best. The next one we're going to look at is called Lilac Mist. Don't let the lilac word fool you. This is not a purple blush. This is a deeper, more reddish rosy pink. These matte finish blushes are silky smooth. They almost have a satiny feel to the texture. They're not that very crumbly matte or very dry matte feeling, but they are completely matte. There's not a sheen, not a sparkle to be seen. And the last blush shade is this one called Solar Eclipse. Mine came broken, but I was able to repress it, thankfully, for the purposes of this video. I wouldn't really call this a blush, but who am I to say? Maybe to you this is a blush. This is definitely more of a highlighter or blush topper, in my opinion, just based on the texture. Just for the purposes of this review, I do want to mention these were very, very well packaged, and Solar Eclipse was the only product in my PR package box that was broken. So just keep an eye out for that one. Be warned, it may be prone to cracking. Now let's move on to the highlighters. I did notice that while the outer packaging, the boxes and the compacts all are the exact same as the previous release, I noticed that on these highlighters, it has the wrong sticker. It says Sunlight Love Blusher, even though it should say Moonlight Feel Highlighter. And it's that way on all three of mine, which doesn't really matter at all. It doesn't affect the performance of the product, and they're not mislabeled as far as the names go, but I just wanted to point that out in case there's any confusion, especially as you're watching this video and I show you the backs of the compacts. Just, I think that some sort of switch up mishap, no biggie, just wanted to point it out since it did kind of give me a little bit of a laugh when I was filming this. I feel like in general, this new round of highlighters is quite a bit more sparkly and glitter heavy than the previous ones. Maybe I'm just misremembering, but I do think that those had more of a variety of textures, and some of them were more like the types of highlighters that I prefer, which is more of that lit from within glow. Let me know if you want to see any of the old highlighter shades compared to any of these new ones, and I'll make sure that I include that in my upcoming video because I want to do another video with some looks and comparisons for you. As I was swatching these, I felt that Star Legend and Light Glory were so foily and intense pigmentation wise that they reminded me more of eyeshadows than highlighters. Although I will use the Star Legend shade in my application demo later on in the video, I felt that these would be more suited to eyeshadows in my life. I also wanted to show you a swatch of these with some kind of indirectly shining light from my phone flashlight so that you could see what these look like in different lighting situations and in motion. And also, they're just really pretty. So it was an excuse to look at sparkly, sparkly swatches. Now, let's see some of these cheek products in action. I'm using first the blush in the shade Pink Bloom, and I did some really light layers just to show you what this looks like as it's being built up. This blush went on very easily, blended out quickly, and looked super natural and soft. I think you could definitely layer these up even more if you wanted a more dramatic look, but I knew that I was going to do a dramatic eyeshadow, so I was trying to keep the cheeks a little bit more toned down so that I could let the eyeshadow be the star of the show. But I wanted to make sure that you got a look at the texture really close up. So as I'm applying this highlighter, it doesn't look super sparkly from afar, but when you get close up, you can see all the little shimmer particles laying on my skin here. This isn't my preferred look, but that doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just not what I personally go for. So if you like a glittery highlighter, you're probably gonna love these. It's just not my personal jam. But you want to know what is my personal jam? This Moon Wish palette. The rich colors on the packaging, it has the same artwork style, just in a different colorway to the previous palette. And we have the ingredients listed on the sleeve. And then when you slide that sleeve off, it's the same artwork on the palette itself, but the back of just the actual palette has the eyeshadow names and not the ingredients list. So if you are somebody who is interested in ingredients, I would say just hang on to that sleeve. That's going to be your best point of reference. Inside, we do have a small round mirror. Then inside, the eyeshadows are laid out in 3 rows of 5, and a couple of the matte shades have little moon and star and sun imprints. I always love this detail. I am so happy that I thought to take a close-up video of this palette for you before I swatched it and used it so that you could see what this looks like in its most beautiful, untouched, perfect state. But once you start to use this, those little prints will get disturbed. I just wanted to show you what it looks like to begin with because it is so stinking pretty. We have 6 true matte shades, 2 mattes with a little bit of sparkle, but they're more of a satiny sparkle. It's not like super big chunks of glitter in there, but they're definitely still what I would call sequin shades. And then there are 7 metallic eyeshadows. These are those beautiful, rich, foily, super metallic types of shimmery shades that I personally love. It's really one of the things that I love about Oden's Eye is they give me very, very metallic shimmers, very soft, blendable, layerable matte shades. So here you're seeing finger swatches on top and then brush swatches below. I do all of my swatches for my YouTube videos with absolutely no primer, no dampened brush, nothing like that, just the eyeshadows straight onto my arm. And in this case, I think that the brush swatches look just as good or better than the finger swatches, which is always a good sign, in my opinion. I also wanted to show you what the shades look like rearranged. I love a very pleasing gradient type of swatch like this, and I'm sure that a lot of you do too. So these are the exact same shadows, just in a different order. I know for me personally, seeing all the shades together in a different order like this helps me visualize the whole color story and what types of looks and color combos I can come up with. So maybe your eyeballs like to see them like this too. And I also wanted to show you the two Solmane palettes together side by side. There are some shades that I think give this a sort of similar color story, but the shades themselves are not one-to-one dupes. I do think they're designed to work together. They're sisters, not twins. They're great companion palettes. But if you want to see those swatched side by side, that's something that I can do in my comparison video. If that would be helpful, just let me know in the comments. Now I want to show you some of these shades in action. I thought that these layered and blended so beautifully. These definitely have the soft matte textures and the rich shiny metallics that I expect from my Oden's Eye palettes. That's really ultimately what makes these some of my all-time favorite eyeshadows. But when you combine that with beautiful artwork on the packaging, really fun, lovely, whimsical theming, all in all, this is just a total package for me. I was especially impressed by some of these deeper purples, which are the type of shades that I've noticed in my extensive purple eyeshadow wearing and swatching lifetime. These types of shades can be a little bit trickier to formulate. They can tend to be drier, more patchy, more crumbly, and these were just velvety smooth, layered like a dream, barely took any work to build up to full opacity, but I also wasn't getting a huge ton of fallout. Besides the blendability, ease of application, that type of thing, another important part of an eyeshadow formula is wear time, and these are wearing really nicely for me. I've had this palette for, I would say, a couple of weeks now, and I've worn it several times with all kinds of different looks, easy two shadow looks, more complicated, super sparkly looks like this. And across the board, I've had an impressive wear time. Now we're getting to my favorite part of application, and that's adding the shimmers after I've laid out all of my matte shades. This shimmer called Universe, first of all, perfectly matches my nail polish, which is by design and does make me very happy. But this just glides onto the lid. I prefer to use my fingertips for shimmer application. You could definitely use a flat brush for this, or even a dampened flat brush if you wanted to get a super metallic, dense type of finish on the lids. But I also added a little bit of this to the lower lash line, and sometimes it takes a ton of work to build up that little teeny tiny application, especially with a brush, and this just gave me high impact from the beginning. So In general, I love being very shiny. I feel like the TikTok kids are saying a lot of eyeshadow is out now, and I am gonna go kicking and screaming into that void. Okay, you can have my skinny jeans, you can have my ankle socks, but you can't have my eyeshadow. I'm so sorry, but this is where I'm thriving. This is my happy place. So if this makes me old, let me be old forever because I am absolutely obsessed with this look. I could not stop staring at myself. I love how I refer to the TikTok kids as if I don't have an active TikTok. Anyway, the point is, I love this eyeshadow. This is definitely one of my favorite palettes that's come out in a long time. We've had a lot of good releases this year. I think this is absolutely one of them. I definitely want to hear what types of looks you want to see from this palette because I have so many ideas. I've already done so many cute combos. So let me know what you want to see with this one next. From the moment I laid eyes on this, I knew I was going to love it. There's a lot of green flags here, okay? They rarely ever miss formula-wise for me. This color story, okay, is very, very purple forward. I am a purple girly. It's my favorite eyeshadow color to wear. I thought about experimenting, but you know what? I just wanted to wear some shiny, shiny purple eyeshadows. I love all the shades. I love the matte to shimmer 50-50 ratio. I love the packaging. I love the size. I love the celestial theming. Look, I love a celestial theme. If you have ever gone to my Etsy store, you will see that I have a whole section of celestial themed products. This really just does it for me. I feel like this is practically made for me. So my favorite thing by far is the palette. I've come up with so many cute looks with this. I would say my next favorite thing are the matte blushes. I just think that the shimmery cheek products are a little too glitter heavy for me. Personally, I love more of a sheen, dewy, shiny cheek and not so much a very sparkly, glittery cheek. But I know a lot of people like a glittery highlighter. They like that really sparkly look on the face. It's giving fairy. I love it for you. I don't love it for me. So those are not my personal favorite, but I think that the matte blushes and the palette are just chef's kiss, so beautiful. I love them. I definitely want to do some more looks with this palette. I think I'm going to do more looks and then I'll also include palette comparisons. So if you have specific comparisons you want to see, just leave those in the comments and I'll include that in a secondary video because you know I want to play with this some more. I want to do a blue and gold look, maybe another look that's a little bit more neutral leaning. Any excuse to play with this some more, frankly. Now's the time when I want to hear what you think about this collection. Are you interested? What types of looks and comparisons do you want to see? I always love to hear what you think about things too, so make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Purple, sparkly, celestial, say less. Just, ah. Okay, nailing it. I want to let you in on a secret. Every single, at least beauty YouTuber that I know is filming in full makeup. Usually, look, the more glam girlies have hair too. Mine's not, that's not me. A cute shirt, jewelry, everything, and then sweatpants. Every time. Every time. Even when you see super glam, it's sweatpants. I know a lot of YouTubers. And I think that everybody should just acknowledge that because it brings us all closer together. Because guess what? When I watch YouTube, also wearing sweatpants. Although it might be. Oh, whoa, what was that? Okay, you got it this time. I know you do. Ooh, okay. That's not supposed to say that. Why are people ringing my doorbell? In this economy, don't ring anybody's doorbell. That's insane. Maggie's mad too. Maggie scared him away. He sounded pretty freaked out by Maggie. He was like, "There's a big dog here." Yeah, there is. And she hates it when people ring her doorbell. So scoot along now. Scoot along. Thank you. Bye-bye. No me gusta. Matching nails. Look at that. Maggie's trying to walk so quietly because I always tell her to be quiet when I'm filming. She's so smart for a dum-dum. Anybody else have a smart dum-dum dog collection? I want to I know I'm not the only one. Look at that. Matching nail action. Did I do it? Yes. Yes, I did do it on purpose. She's upset because it was thundering earlier. I Oh, goodness. Excuse you. I had a chicken sandwich for lunch and it was so salty. It was really good. It was a spicy chicken sandwich and it was really good. But it was so salty that now I'm just so thirsty. I just want to drink so much water. And I drink a lot of water in general, I think. Yay! I'm so excited. I love this. I just think it's so pretty and so cute and so sparkly and purpley, and it's just got moons and stars, and it's just so pretty. I love it. I love it so much. I got my little sun and moon earrings on. These are the perfect earrings for this collection. Yes, I made them. I'll link them in the description box because you can find them in my Etsy shop. They match my eye look. You know I love to be a matching queen. I love it. And you know what else I love? Your face. Thanks for watching. You're the best, and you're just a precious little treasure. And I will see you in another video very soon. Okay, bye.